9:59.
Yep.
It appears to be 10 o'clock, so are we ready?
Yes.
Ready, Ed?
Yes, ready yet.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the May 9th, 2024 Carroll County Commissioners meeting. If you'd join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of
United States of America,
And
to
the
the
republic
for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
While we're all still standing, I'd just like to take a moment to acknowledge the passing of Dave Babson Jr. I understand I didn't know Dave personally. I know he did a lot for his community and for the county. He served 20 years in public office as a New Hampshire state rep. He was the chairman of the New Hampshire Agricultural Committee and then served as a multi-term county commissioner. And a celebration of life will be held for him August 4th, 2024 at the Remick Farm in Hamlin. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a seat.
We also have, just as announcements, and it's been in the newspaper, I believe we've advertised it, right, Melissa?
Yes.
We have the county is currently accepting hay orders for 2024, and you can call the finance office to place your order. There's also we're advertising a surplus vehicle option. The bids are due by May 24th. There's more information on the county website if you wish to participate in that. And moving along, public comment.
Yes, Brett Kane from Wolfboro. I did mention to Melissa, I did get a copy of the notice for the hay being on there, and I did have one question. It says all storage will be outside and marked by customer for pickup. I don't think we should be having customers mark them. I think that, a county employee should mark them, so I think that should be corrected. And also, I had a request in for my 91A, originally March 8th, and I haven't been answered. And I've asked for it in writing and the exemption, why they haven't done it. And I expect the county to give me the exemption, why they refuse to hand over my request. It's not rocket science what I'm looking for. I was looking for what was spent on agency nurses from January 1st to March 31st. Now I've asked the end of April. I've also asked if all the money for the county hay has been received for last year, which I don't know why I wouldn't be given that information. And I've also asked for a couple of policies. And lastly, I had a family member send me a picture last week of mulch in the handicap spot out in front of the nursing home. This has come up before. I think it's very inconsiderate for the county to put mulch in a handicap spot for a couple of days. That no way should it be in a handicap spot. We have a lot of elderly people that are handicapped to come in to see people in this facility, and for the county to put that mulch in that spot is just irresponsible and inconsiderate. And I will leave a copy of this picture that I got from a family member. Told me he uses this spot quite often to pick up his mother-in-law. So I'll leave this with Melissa. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Give public input. I'm okay.
Yes, Kevin.
Yeah, it's Kevin Wool, I live up the street. I guess I'd like to make a suggestion to the commissioners. If there's a counter on the round baler, and if the farm manager could take a count of how many bales are made, I guess if it would set like to 0 at the end of the day or the beginning of the day, because that way there we could get an exact count of how many bales are made for each day. Yeah, because each baler has a regular counter on it. Okay, thanks. Thank you.
I did fail to mention one thing. Commissioner McCarthy is not here today, and Commissioner Nelson is available on Zoom. So we do have a quorum. Moving along, I'll make meeting minutes. I'll take a motion to accept the minutes of May 1st, 2024.
I second that motion.
We need a roll call for that, Melissa?
Yes, all your votes have to be roll call today. Yep.
Nelson, yes. McGee?
Yes. Next up is the accounts payable manifest for May 8, 2024 in the amount of $234,757.27. The payroll manifest for May 3rd, $326,632.38. The
Make a
payroll,
motion to accept.
and one more, Bill.
Oh.
And we have the manifest for, payroll manifest for May 10th, which is $230,308.67.
Okay, make a motion to accept.
Second?
Nelson and, Nelson, yes. McGee?
Yes. Annual report, I believe we're going to leave until next week, Melissa.
And yes, when you're all here. Yes, please.
We'll go into a brief recess for Hale's location, and the only thing we have on Hale's location are the minutes for May 1st, which are basically were no minutes. Other than we acknowledged the meeting. I'll take a motion to accept the minutes of May 1st for Hale's location.
I make the motion to accept them, and I vote yes.
Yes. And that is all we have for Hale's location. We'll come back into our regular meeting.
10:07.
And we'll have the MVC department head report from the minister. Oh, and there he is, right there. As I speak.
Right on time.
As I speak,
How are you?
right on time.
All by yourself, huh?
Well, sort of.
Sort of.
Commissioner Nelson is here on Zoom.
All right, excellent. All right, thanks for having me, as always. My pretty much monthly meeting.
As always, it's very nicely hosted in here this morning.
It is cozy. All right, just to give you a little update of what's going on next door, it is Nurses Week this week. So we're doing things to celebrate, all the wonderful things our nurses do. So we've gotten a little gift pack, did a little reception for them, so just to show our appreciation. Next week is Nursing Home Week, which is similar to like our Super Bowl for the week. So we have events with the residents and the staff all week. The theme this year is Radiant Memories, the golden age of radio. So we're going to do some 50s and 60s things and stuff like that. So that will go great. Census today, we're at 98, 12 Medicare, 41 Medicaid, 45 private, which is a pretty good quality mix. Agency remains flat. The good thing is we haven't had any terms. So retention, we're doing well. Recruitment, Taylor went to a job fair yesterday for LNA Health Careers, and she went to one a couple weeks ago. We have hired 2 new LNAs, so there is some traction, not as much as we would like, but Rome wasn't built in a day, but it's not as fast as what we would like it to be, unfortunately. We do have 1 cook supervisor that's retiring after 48 years.
Wow.
Dory Kate, she's wonderful, but it's time in her life that she wants to spend with, for her, and they're gonna do something small for her, but I just want to recognize her in front of the commission, and, yeah.
48 years.
48 years.
Long time.
So she started over there probably, maybe when that first opened and slid over, but, The new staffing mandate from CMS has come out. This is something that they, I don't want to say we're threatening, that we're promising. So there's a nursing mandate, PPD, which is per patient day, so staff per patient day. They're mandating that we run at a 3.48. That's not an issue because we run higher than that. An LNA PPD of 2.45, that shouldn't be a problem either because we do pretty well with LNAs, especially with our ratios. The few that we may have an issue with, the RN, they're asking for a 0.55, so a half of RN per patient per day, per hour. So right now we're 0.46, so we're a little bit behind, but this is also going to be phased in. And they're also asking us for RN coverage 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So an RN on 7 to 3, 3 to 11, and 11 to 7 shift. Some days we do that, some days we don't. With this new staffing mandate, the word on the street, there's probably going to be 4 out of 5 facilities that aren't going to be able to reach these numbers. The good point...
So what does that mean? They have to hire additional staff?
Yes.
I'm assuming.
Right, and as you know, there aren't
Right.
tons of additional staff, so it's an unfunded mandate. There is a phase-in part of this, so rural facilities, which we have 5 years for this to be rolled out. Certain things are after 3 years, certain things after 5 years. If you're urban, you have to have it all done in 3 years. And they are going to have an exemption for workforce shortage areas. How they decide what that is, they haven't told us yet. It's typical government, fly the plane as they're making it, so still waiting for more things on this, but we're in decent shape compared to other facilities, but we're still not where we need to be, but we're getting close. That's something that we're going to be looking at, and right now my RN PPDs probably have to hire one more person, to be here full time, but the 24/7 thing is going to be the more difficult thing because that's a person that has to be in the building, and it's 3 times what they're asking for now. So right now you need an RN coverage for 8 consecutive hours, 1 day per week. Now they're saying 3 times that, so every day of the week, Christmas, every holiday. So that's going to be one of the more difficult things we're looking at. Mother's Day is coming up, so we're doing a Mother's Day brunch next Wednesday. We were thinking about doing it over the weekend on Sunday, but a lot of families have plans, so we decided to do it on Wednesday, and that should be extremely well attended. So things are going well over there. I'm doing reviews for all my department heads, and that's gone well. I have a couple left. The positive thing is I asked what's going well, what needs improvement, and for the most part, we've all agreed exactly, what's good and what areas for opportunity. So I think things have gotten better over there. I think the retention part is huge. I think, the recruitment part is something, again, that, we're doing our part. We're also working with Linda up the hill, so it's a work in progress.
A lot of competition. Yeah, a lot of competition.
It is.
And everybody's happy with the food.
The food has gotten a lot better. The menu has improved. The residents took a really active role in that, so they're happier. The quality, just the presentation is excellent. You could take our food and put it in a restaurant, and that restaurant would do well. So
It's terrific. Well, it appears things are okay.
I think things are. We're in a good trajectory.
Good place.
So.
Great. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, Fred.
Hi, you mentioned the agency is flat. Could you give us the breakdown of the agency?
Right now, my openings, I have approximately 17 LNA openings and 3.5 nursing openings, so RNs, LPNs.
Okay, so a total of like 20
Yep.
plus.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Obviously, our biggest need is LNAs on the 3 to 11, 11 to 7 shift.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you.
So. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, that certainly sounds like good news. We had a bid recommendation on the carpet replacement for MBC, but I'm told Bob wants to hold that until 5/16,
Yes.
so we will do that. And the next up is the HVAC maintenance agreement.
Good morning.
Good morning, Director Murray.
We have a three-year maintenance agreement for HVAC systems for the county, HVAC systems. This is an extension of an existing agreement, and I'm asking the commissioners to waive the bid process as this is an extension of an existing agreement that was won by competitive bid, and the company has agreed to hold their pricing for another year, and they've indicated minor price increases for year 2 and 3, which are all laid out.
Yeah, I saw that.
They've performed above and beyond what we expected in the contract. I've never had a problem with service. The pricing is reasonable, and like I said, they won this by competitive bid, and I think everybody's held up to their agreements.
And they want this for, how many years is this, Bob?
This is for 3 years.
3 years, right?
There's a 30-day out after the first year, so either party can cancel the agreement after the first year with 30 days notice.
I would normally like to see it bid out, but in this particular case, where they've done a good job and it's really critical, and it's the people you know.
Yeah, if this is a new agreement going forward, this would absolutely be bid out, and this was. We did put this out to bid, and they won, and they won by a substantial amount the last time.
And I think it's important to have somebody that you know that's good, so.
Their prices have been
Where this
reasonable.
is, and their reaction time is good.
Reaction time is good. They've been, like I said, they fulfilled the terms of their agreement, and they know our equipment.
Based on that, I will entertain a motion to accept the bid maintenance agreement for, let me read this again. Mechanical support agreement from E&E Systems.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
All those in favor, Nelson, yes. McGee?
Yes.
Would you also give me permission to sign on behalf of?
Yes, and make, and allow Director Murray to sign the agreement.
Commissioner McKee, for the public, would you mind, could Director Murray give some pricing information? I know it kind of varies by building, but.
Yeah,
You
there's,
can go through it if you want, sure.
Yeah.
It's
I know.
a little extensive.
it is extensive. The first year, nursing home, $7,030, admin building, $2,190, annex, $34.95, jail, $33.15, and the 6-county steam humidifiers, $56.40. Second year, nursing home, $72.40, admin building, $22.55, annex, $3,600, jail, $34.15, and the humidifier is $58.10, and year 3, it's the same as year 2.
Could we just get a number? I mean, I understand,
Well,
you don't have an actual number, like, that's a total amount.
No, but if you watch the video, you can do the math.
Yeah, I know, I can do the math, I just figured you had it in front of you.
Mr. Chairman,
it's about $18,000.
is Mr. Emery requesting a copy of that?
Yeah,
I could request.
Okay.
this is public information.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
Okay.
Absolutely.
Absolutely welcome to a copy of it.
I
Okay,
just thought maybe instead of breaking it down, you would just tell us what the yearly cost was.
It's not laid out like that.
As you already mentioned, the carpet bids, I'm still awaiting a vendor response from a couple of questions that I had on the RFPs. I'm still working on that, so I'm not prepared today. I'd like to postpone that for another week. Will is going to talk about the meter installation update. I think you've already mentioned that the county cars are out for auction. They're being advertised as we speak. And the last thing I had was the county car assignment for Mountain View. You have a formal letter of request from both Administrator LaBeouf and myself requesting that one of the county cars be formally assigned to Mountain View.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
I have a question, please.
yes.
What was I remember looking at the potential minimum bid or what was suggested. What was the numbers on those, please, the cars?
Yeah, I have to pull up the ad. Bear with me a minute.
Oh,
I don't have it printed out in front of me.
I was gonna say, I'm not sure I have it. I did see it in an email. Melissa
If I
made
recall, the numbers were fairly low.
it fairly
Was
low.
it a condition?
Is it in here?
I have it right
Oh, yeah,
here.
right here. Bill, I got it. What would I do without Melissa?
Do you want me to read them?
Sure, go ahead. If you've got it.
2018 Ford Explorer with 208,000 miles, $2,800 minimum bid. 2014 Ford Taurus, 134,000 miles, $2,400 minimum bid. 2012 Ford Expedition, this is a parts-only vehicle, $500 minimum bid. 2015 Ford Taurus, 153,000 miles, $2,500 minimum bid. And 2013 Ford Taurus, 170,000 miles, $2,300 minimum bid.
That's fine, thank you very much.
Yeah.
And it's a public notice, but the vehicles can be viewed Thursday, May 9th and 16th, 2024 at here at 10 County Farm Road.
The link to the advertisement is on the county website.
Thank you.
What else do we know?
The county
car.
The county car.
County car, we've had some discussion about where to assign the county cars in terms of location. And the MVC people feel that it's really difficult for them not to have the car assigned directly to them in their facility. We talked about this last week. And Director Murray is requesting that they be allowed to have the car assigned to them. And I don't have a problem with that. And I would ask Commissioner Nelson if he would like to comment.
No, no comment.
I would make a motion to, or I would accept a motion to accept letting the car be assigned to the MVC and maintenance director.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Okay, all those in favor? Nelson, yes. McGee?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. That's all I had. Unless you have any other questions for me.
The road is Will. Not that I know of.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Will's up next.
Thanks, Paul.
Good morning, Commissioner.
Good morning.
Not sure what you have on the list first, if we were talking about the change order or the road.
You can talk about either one. Which one would you like to talk about?
Sure, we'll start with the change order. I had emailed out to all the commissioners that kind of change order in the meter installations, which are going good. Bob said I was going to update you guys. They did the nursing home last night, and they got this building done yesterday afternoon as well. We're planning tonight to do the admin building, the jail, and I believe my building as well. And then that'll wrap up that project. The reason for the change order was a couple of different valves that we wanted to put in and some bypasses. Example, this building in particular doesn't have a shut, or didn't have a shut off at when the water line comes into the building. We spent 3 hours yesterday trying to locate a shut off outside, and were unsuccessful with it. So we had to shut the main off for a couple minutes, and we put the ball valve in here, so now we have a shut off to the water inside the building. So that was part of the change order. The second big change order was at the nursing home, where the engineers had originally placed the meter, which is proper as soon as you come in the building, and it's before the backflows, but it's chucker block full in that area, and it's hard to get to, and if we had to do any maintenance on the meter, it would be, you know, next to impossible to reach. So we, talking with Bob and I, we looked at it and said, can we move it over here in a more open area and put a bypass in? Generally, most water departments wouldn't put a bypass around a water meter because they don't want people to take water, right?
Bypass the meter.
Right, but where we own the water department, we thought it would be better to do that, especially in a critical building like that. That way, if we have to do maintenance on the meter, we don't have to shut the whole building off of water. They can still keep running, and we can do our maintenance on the meter. And so that's why we chose to put that in. It is a fairly large disruption when we have to shut the buildings off, and also to request at different times of the night. You know, it costs us more money when we have people in here at night to do it. So the bypasses give us that ability to do it in the daytime and not lose the service. So those were kind of the two change orders. Basically, I think we also put in to update the ball valve at the admin building. We're not sure if we're going to do that or not. If we're not, that will obviously come off there. But it was kind of rough looking. There is one there. It's kind of rough looking. We're going to see how it works tonight. If it works fine, we'll leave it. If it's not, then we wanted to have the ability to replace it and put in a new one while we're there.
Just out of curiosity, because I'm not a fan of change orders.
Yes, sir.
I'm really not a fan of change orders, but in this case, I'm just curious as to why this wasn't in part of the original bid.
Yes, sir. So they originally, the gentleman that we worked with from EJPs and Underwood created the standards that they were looking at, which are the normal standards for buildings. And then we were okay with that. And then when we went around with a couple of the contractors, we noticed some of the things that was like, you know, this is a bad location for this. A bypass would be nice for this. We noticed those things. I brought it up then. Engineers said, no, you shouldn't. We've already it's already in the bid process.
So you didn't want to rebid it?
Right. She said that we're better off keeping it as it is, and then just do a change order for those couple of items is what she recommended. And it ended up being the two people, I mean, we didn't know that at the time, but it was only two people that came out and looked at it. And we had talked about, you know, being prepared that these changes may come up, and those were the only two people that did. But she wanted to keep it apples to apples, and then just add in these couple things at the end is what she recommended is what goes on most jobs. And that's why we went that route, was based off of her guidance.
Okay, based on
Question?
that. Go ahead, Bill.
Mike, I saw something come through that you sent me. Could you tell us the total doing all that changes, please?
I believe, I don't have the exact number,
Sorry.
but I think it was 3,670.
It's in the packet, yeah. It's 3,000 and change.
I make a motion to do that.
Hang on 1 second, I'll give you that. Well, I had it here. Where it disappeared to. Melissa, where is that under here?
It should be under 8, I think.
Right, the net increase was $3,670, based on a original contract price of $38,454. So the final contract price, it becomes $42,124. Yes, Bill. I'll entertain a motion to accept.
I make a motion to accept the changes.
Second?
All those in favor, Nelson, yes, McGee?
Yes.
Thank you.
On to Danfield Road.
Yes, sir. The, so just a quick summary of what happened last summer, July, August, whatever it was. Had a bad storm, washed out most of the road. The bottom section of the road, I would say maybe like a quarter of it, I had emergency replaced because we needed to be able to access the water department. At that point, the road veers off to the right, which goes to the water, and then the road continues straight up, which goes to the sheriff's department's repeater tower up there. So FEMA came in, we met with them several times, Melissa and I, and we actually toured it, walked it, the whole 9 yards. Melissa's been wonderful helping on all the paperwork with that, and spent a lot of time with our current contractor who did the bottom to get prices and how we would do the top half. And he put an estimate together for us to be able to put in the paperwork. We got all that done, approved. Melissa said the money came in yesterday from FEMA, and we had money set aside in this budget to match it because there was a match that had to take place there. We're looking at about $32,000, I believe, was the number to finish it, and that's hopefully gonna. So far, what he's done in the bottom half, we've had a lot of bad weather since, and it's held up really well since then. They did an excellent job, in my opinion. So hopefully that would continue up there if we can get them to do that. We had talked about last year, because he's already a contractor, it's kind of something we need to have done quickly, that we would have him do that. Then we put the brakes on everything because of the FEMA stuff. So I guess what I'm coming today to ask is, can we stick with this contractor that we've had that's done part of the job, or do we need to reinvent this whole thing and write it all out and try to get everything put to paper of where the drainage is going to go and all that, and have to go out to a bid with this project. Whoever we get to do, I'd like to get on their list very quickly, because I'm sure it'll be sometime this summer. This individual had planned on waiting to hear back from us this spring once the FEMA money came in, and then, get us on this list to get going. So I guess that's where I'm coming from, is we got this money, and what's our next step? I would like to stick with our current contractor who's done a great job on it, but if the commissioners rather do something different, I'm just kind of looking for the guidance of which way you guys would like to go so we can get moving on this project.
Melissa, if we do an RFP, what do we have to run it for, 30 days?
That's at your discretion. We don't have a policy for a set amount of time.
So this is 38,000?
32,000.
32,000? I want to bid it out.
Okay.
I mean, there's a reason why you have a bid process.
Sure.
That's what we're going to do.
Okay.
Now, I understand contractors are busy. They can't always get it done. If you come back to me with the 3 bids and they say, our guy can do it right, your guy can do it right away, and the other guys can't, and the prices are close, we'll talk about that.
Okay.
But I really want to bid it out.
Sure. Not a problem. I'll see if we can work on getting the language of how the standards of what he had looked at.
I know it's cumbersome, but I feel for the sake of the public, and it's public money, and
Yeah, sure.
we have to bid it out.
Okay.
I would agree with that idea of going out to bid. Benefiting from the tour that was given by Will when I first came on, and he took me up that way, and I was able to see the damage done to the road, and where it definitely needs to be repaired.
Yes.
So I make a motion
But right,
that we put it out for bid.
I'll second that.
Okay, all those in favor, Nelson, yes, McGee?
Yes. I'm assuming that we can get up there now at this point, correct?
It's not very easy to know. I mean, we can in the 4-wheel drive pickup, but it's very rough to even do that.
Let's try and expedite this as fast as we
Right.
can.
How long?
Try and get an RFP together quickly.
Okay, I'll try to have
And-
something
and-
together for you guys to look at by next week.
And we'll do, what's a good time, 30 days?
Since we have a pretty good scope because of the FEMA process we went through, are the commissioners okay if Will and I work together and just get it out, or do you want to approve the RFP?
Well, I would say at this point, I'd like to look at it, but I'm available, so as soon as you have it ready to go, just
Okay,
run it by us and we'll
okay.
do it.
And 2 weeks? They're gonna start getting into, I'm just
I,
concerned,
I, 2 weeks is all right.
they're scheduling
If
projects
the
for the
contract,
summer.
if it's not real detailed in the contract, it's gonna get back to us quickly, yeah, it's fine.
Okay,
I mean, unfortunately, you're in the middle of the summer, I'm sure they're all booked up with work.
They're all stacking their
And
schedules,
that's part of
yeah.
the problem
Okay.
with doing anything around here at this point, because everybody's busy. But I feel we ought to at least make the attempt. Great.
No problem, that's all I had to ask for. I don't know if there's
Everything else okay?
Yep, everything else is going good.
All right, great. Okay, thanks.
Moving along. Thank you.
Mrs. Mack. good morning.
Commissioners. Okay, I'm here about the dental contract. Unfortunately, the broker that Delta requires us to use got acquired by another company, so they're late in getting them to us by about a month. The good news is that the core level plan saw no increase. However, the high level plan did see a 23% increase. So employee only has gone from 3630 to 5668. Employee plus one, 7660 to 11983. And family 13136 to 18657. So, as I've stated before, once we get through this open enrollment period, I will be looking into doing an RFP for medical benefits and dental benefits for our next plan year. So I would appreciate, unfortunately at this late hour, for your approval to execute this contract.
Commissioner Nelson, any comment?
Yeah, I'd rather wait a week, or if the other commissioner, Curry, will be back.
Okay, the issue with that is our open enrollment period deadline is May the 22nd in getting things in for the July 1st date. Unfortunately, we've been painted into a corner. So I hear what you're saying. I don't know if we have that luxury.
So this agreement goes for how long?
1 year.
1 year. And in that period, you're going to look at,
Yes, I'm going to move forward, and I'm looking at both medical and dental and vision.
based on the time constraint, I would not be opposed to redoing this. But, and I do realize what Commissioner Nelson is saying.
Yeah,
But under perfect circumstances, we would be bidding this out.
right.
Bill, you want to reconsider, or?
Is there a way to make it and wait till next week? I mean, is it too tight to do that? Assuming,
The issue is if you vote down the contract, we will have no dental insurance to offer our employees for the July 1st because of the window we have.
Right.
Like I said, we've been painted into a corner, unfortunately.
Right. That's the problem.
Right.
Not,
what was the total numbers, please, for the increase?
Core plan, there is a 0 increase. The high-level plan, which adds a third level of coverage for, the really frightening dental stuff.
like crowns and this and that.
Right, is 23% increase.
Well,
Very painful.
Very painful.
I guess we don't have a choice.
The options are limited right this minute, unfortunately.
No. Okay, Okay, I'll make the motion to go that route. Accept it.
Second.
All those in favor, say by roll call. Representative Commissioner Nelson, yes. Commissioner McGee?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen, I appreciate it. That's all I have except non-public.
All righty. At this point, policy review, rules and procedures, we're gonna table that until next week when Commissioner McCarthy is back. Commissioner Nelson, any comments, reports, comments?
No.
Then I will entertain a motion to go into non-public session per New Hampshire RSA 91A/A:32 under A and M.
Chairman McGee, I'm sorry for the interruption. There's a gentleman here who's never come in for public comment before, so he wasn't aware that he should bring up something under that section.
My apologies.
All right.
Is that okay for him to?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So I'm hoping to put a
Could you tell
beehive.
us?
Sorry, my name's Will Beezer. I live down the road at Size Farm,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm hoping to put a beehive up here on the county farm property, if I can get the approval of the commissioners.
Can it wait one more week,
To,
just to approve it?
I suppose it could, yeah.
I mean, I just want to check with Director Murray and the other people just to make sure that.
Okay, I've spoken, I think, with your operations guy, Will, and he was okay with it, and apparently there has been bees on the property before.
Yeah, we can take the week and write something out.
Yeah, let's
for-
do that. I'm not saying we won't do it, I just want to go through the motions.
Okay.
Question? Would these be placed where blueberries are?
The location can be worked out with Will. I could put them on the lower end of that field where the blueberries are, so they'd be away from the jail and the nursing home.
Well, I'm thinking of the people coming to pick the blueberries. Will that put them in any,
I don't believe
I'm gonna say
so.
danger, but it's
No.
good for pollination, but is it gonna create a problem for the people picking the blueberries?
No.
Okay, we'll have an answer for you next week.
We can work on it,
Okay.
and I can find you at Size Farm.
Yep.
Oh, time to buy flowers.
Okay.
All right, one more time. We'll go into non-public session as necessary per New Hampshire RSA 91-A:32A and M. Entertain a motion to do that.
I'll make the motion for that.
Second?
Is there a second?
Yes. Second?
All those in favor, Nelson, yes. McGee?
Yes.
10:42.
And when we come out of non-public, we have no further
It's
business.
got done.
No further business that I know of, so we'll directly be adjourning.
And we'll need this room for the non-public, if you guys could,
Because of.
It's
Commissioner
nice
Nelson
outside.
being on this.
Yeah,
you know.
I
Thank
can
you.
take a hint, Melissa.
You get the Zoom thing going on.
Thank you for coming.
Can I show
11:02.
11:02, I'll accept a motion to come out of non-public and seal the minutes.
I second that motion. Nelson, yes. McGee?
Yes. Having done that, I will adjourn the meeting till the call of the chair.
Sounds good.
Okay, 11:02.
11:02.
Thank you, Bill.
All righty. It was fun.
Yeah.
Was
Bye-bye.
fun.